All right, let's talk about vertical versus vertical atoms. They are oriented differently, so they're going to interact with our body differently than the crosshair atoms did. There's going to be some unique opportunities with that, and then also some limitations. So one of the things that we can do with vertical that we couldn't do with crosshairs real easily is stay in one place and have our atom instead of having it 360. We've seen that we can display verticals in a way that would look like split opposite, or split same, or together same, and together opposite. It's just two different appearances of the same thing. That's going to occur with our flowers as well. So from one angle, I can do a flower, let's do together. This one looks vaguely like same time, same direction, right? But if I present it to you from this angle, I've got same time, opposite direction, kind of vaguely. So each one of these has a way to display it that is different than the other one. And so sometimes thinking about them in one of those display modes might make it easier to conceptualize. I know that seems weird, but try it out. You might think of it as a split same, a same time, same direction, where you're used to this one, right? A same time, same direction. Slowly bend the planes out until they're perpendicular, and you got it. You know, so just the way you think about these things might help a lot. So as far as that, let's just do that one first. We've got our hand paths. The shared axis, instead of being horizontal like it was with the crosshair atom, we'll have it vertical. So our hand path will be together, and then an L, and then together, and then an L. And now at this point, I can choose to not turn, or I can choose to turn. And so with this hand path, imagine a laser shooting out of the tip of your fingers, and you'll see that we're actually drawing a quadrant, a quadrant, a quadrant. There's 4 quadrants here, with my planes intersecting at that shared axis. I will be in one, so now instead of trying to make everything perfectly square to the camera, I can actually think of this as a diagonal thing, put my frame off 45 degrees from the camera. So from together here, this is an L. This L is facing this way. Then they'll come back together. The hands will switch sides. This is another L. They'll come back together. So my right hand goes out to the front. My left hand is in the back a little bit, together. Now my left hand is out to the front. My right hand's in the back a little bit, together. So this is your together, L, together, L. And I mean, it's the same if we aimed it in wall and wheel, but this is just a different way of presenting it. We want to be familiar with this 45 and this 90 idea. And then of course we can go in the other direction, and we can turn with it. So when my hands are down, straight down, I will step. I'm in a quadrant. There's a quadrant to my right, a quadrant to my left, and a quadrant catty corner to me, directly across. I want to step to that quadrant, the opposite one, right? So I'm doing it. My quadrant that I'm going to step to, the opposite one, will be right here in front of me, and my back will end up facing the camera. Either boom, like that. As my hands move into the down, I'll face one quadrant, and then I'll step into the new quadrant when my hands are up. Boom. Now I'm continuing the hand path, but in the opposite direction. And we'll do the same thing. Hands down, new quadrant, or original quadrant, however you want to think of it. So with that hand path, I can do my 2-petal end spin, my 4-petal end spin, so I can get a cool atom here and here. I'll show you this from the side because it might look a little different this way. But we can also do the same like we did with the other atoms, invert that. So now I've got my anti-spins with turns and with 2 modes of presentation. I mean, you don't have to practice the 2 modes of presentation. It's just good to be aware that they exist. I'm going to present this again, but from 90s, so a wall and wheel. And with these flowers, the way you present them will change them significantly. For me, the optimal presentation would be to kind of isolate the petals as you create them, right? So instead of turning in place, let me do it for like this one. If I just turn in place and then turn in place again, the planes have shifted a little bit right here. So right now my right hand is here in front of me. If I turn in place, it's moved about a foot. The plane itself has moved parallel to this one about a foot over. So I like to kind of try to isolate the petals, the planes of, so I'm going to step from one side to the other of that plane rather than drag the plane around me like that. I'm going to try to do a step, so that stays consistent. Another thing to think about is often we'll be reaching across the body and then this way. We have much greater length going one way than we do the other. So for symmetry, you might actually truncate this side. Instead of fully extending out, you might just, as far as you can go on this side, that's how far you go on this side. Just some things to think about as you're presenting these flowers. So that's your together L in a pretty straightforward execution. We'll do the split L in the next video. And it's going to be really, really similar.